4,000 gold at one point in that last game. They just still looked, even when their enemy team had Baron buff, they looked so in control. But we are, of course, into Champion Select. Nunu and Zilean, unsurprisingly, being banned away again from Evil Geniuses, and Zed being taken off the board. Pobelter, they do not want him getting that one. And Syndra being taken off as well. They're just going to try and ban this guy out. And you can see the smirk on his face. He knows that it's just aimed straight at him. He's like, ah, it's fine. I play every single champion in the league.
That's what I was going to say. Unfortunately, he plays everything.
Yeah,
so you can't really ban him out. Ari's gone as well. They're forcing him onto his champion. But they don't necessarily.
Yeah, they're forcing him under Ziggs, Orianna. The list goes on. Oh, and they're giving Inox his Nidalee as well. This is his favorite champion. Oh, but it does give Xin Zhao and Poppy over to Coast.
So Inox is a fantastic Nidalee player. This could turn into a split push comp very, very easily. EG, with their coordination, will just run a 4-man squad. And it is the Lee Sin and Lucian being picked up. We did say Mash. He's a fantastic Lucian.
Yeah, this is... if they lose this game, this is his first loss. He's 7 out of 7 on that champion so far. So as far as statistics go, he should just theoretically easily win this game.
And Santorin picking up Lee Sin. We saw how dangerous that can be in the hands of a great jungler. Of course, Helios picking that up first game. And another early game aggressive jungler I like to pick up. Let's see him once again try and influence these solo lanes and get his team ahead.
So EG already sort of, with that Nidalee pick, going to be a bit of a team comp that's going to be focusing on split push. Pobelter has locked in that Corki early on, and we've been seeing this Corki versus Lucian matchup working out very well for whoever picks up the Corki.
Yeah, Corki, as soon as he gets that Triforce, has so much burst damage. We also see Helios defaulting back to that Kha'Zix pickup. Of course, just an all-round great pickup. And they are currently hovering the Yasuo. Of course, with Lee Sin, that kick just sets it up straight away. You don't even have to let it travel, but they are going to lock in Thresh for Sheep and Ziggs in the mid lane. This is the stall potential that they could potentially need. We've seen them fall behind in the mid game, so why not pick up a champion that can stall extremely well?
And then that's also theoretically taking another pick away from Pobelter by picking up his Ziggs. We've seen him play that one a lot throughout the split, but we've seen him play everything a lot because Pobelter's just pretty well versed player. Oh my goodness. No thinking required. Crepo locking in that Nami. Fantastic support. And the Talon. Is it going to be Pawn again? Over from Korea. We saw that one up against Faker, and that was ridiculous to watch. Also coming through today. Not as much effect, but definitely showed some... I'm speechless. I just sort of really want that Riven to happen. I don't want to talk just in case it doesn't.
So there's a lot of pick potential once again on the side of EG. There's a lot of burst damage. And they have locked in a Riven.
That's Miracle, actually, up against Inox's Nidalee as well. This top lane matchup could be terrifying. We know that Nidalee has that ability to kite around with that range, but Riven can close distance really strongly.
Yeah, and once again, burst that comes out of her at level 6 is fantastic. Can match the split push. Both teams relatively squishy, actually, going into this game. Thresh and Lee Sin are the only two characters that really build tanky whatsoever. Of course, Nami preferring to sit back and be the utility support for her team. That just means that the Mega Inferno Bomb, as well as Pobelter, could blow up absolutely anyone at any point in this game.
And Volatile is exactly how you'd explain both of these teams. So much early damage all over everyone. It's ridiculous. We'll see who manages to get ahead in the early game. But as Game 3 gets underway, head over to Twitter and share your prediction for who you think will come out on top. Tweet hashtag EGWin or CSTWin to @LOL Esports. Tally your votes and we'll see who everyone thinks will win. And I have a feeling it might be in favor of EG. They've looked so strong.
Yeah, and whilst we saw a good early game come out of Coast, it's just the mid game and the pressure through wards that they put out. They completely put a stranglehold on the jungle on the side of Coast. And once they get a lead, they're just so unrelenting in their play. They pick up objective after objective, look so controlled. And when a team does that to you and you don't pick up objectives in return, it just becomes demoralizing and you fall slowly further and further behind until you're in a hole that you just can't dig yourself out of.
That's very, very true. But got to get onto the riff. One thing I find very interesting is the fact that EG coming over from, of course, CLGU originally sort of as members switching around. And now they've got this really aggressive focus when it used to be a lot of stall tactics.
Yeah, of course, Crepo, the only member of that lineup.
But, you know, Snoopy and Yellow Pete only just left. So, still keeping the old guard there. But, of course, we are onto the Rift. EG now back on the blue side. Coast picking up the red, and they're fanning out very effectively. Almost like the flying V coming in from Coast, channeling a bit of Mighty Ducks, going for the comeback.
So it looks like they are just setting up standard once again. 1v1 lanes.
Yep, Ringer throwing some...
Sheep looking for a pick, actually.
Oh, Altec already onto half health as well. Mash forcing out the early Valkyrie as well. So Altec not going to have nearly as much presence in this lane. And oh, look at Inox already putting the pressure on. And this is so dangerous. Inox basically only played Nidalee a lot of his career. He's just so strong in this champion. Even when he built her AP as well in the top lane when she was considered to be more of a bruiser a long time ago.
And taking that Valkyrie is so good for Coast in that bottom lane. It means that they can go aggressive level 1, although they have swapped it around. So obviously Miracle got that first peak of Inox's Nidalee and went, get me in another lane.
No, not dealing with that. Sorry.
So it looks like they will set up for the double jungle.
Ooh,
maybe some cheese coming in, actually. Yep, that has been spotted out by Inox. He's going to be able to run away.
Yep, does have his passive and can just scoot through those brushes relatively quickly.
And heading down for a blue buff steal, so it looks like it has been scouted because as we say that, Crepo does walk into the blue buff on the other side of the map. He's going to be able to ward that, so maybe just buff trades at this point of the game. But Coast definitely trying something new at the start.
Yeah, a bit of vertical jungling to come through, I think, at this stage. As we can see, Helios without a leash, going to be on his red buff. And I'm not sure whether this is the best move by Coast to do the lane swap for their bottom lane, because that bottom lane would have been so much better in a 2v2 situation now that Valkyrie was forced as the first skill.
Yeah, it would have meant some level 1 aggression, definitely. However, we have seen it's been evenly matched. Both junglers will get a 2v2 start, and I think what this allows on the side...
Pobelter is in a lot of trouble here, already at half health anyway, but there are 3 members. Nice dodge of the Sonic Wave. The Rake going to be coming through as an answer, and Coast, this is the right idea. Shutting down Pobelter seems to be exactly what they want to do, and it's what they couldn't do the last couple of games.
Yeah, and early game aggression is very important at this point of the game to get themselves in front, and wow, Pobelter taking even more damage.
Nice
he
dodge.
does have that blast, so he's going to be able to sustain through eventually. However, he's in critical zone. Ringer doesn't have flash, he has that heal of course, so not much kill potential under the turret unless he lands a very good combo.
Yeah, can of course land the bouncing bomb and put the Hextech minefield underneath. But maybe not quite enough damage here in the early game.
But playing a lane bully, he looks much more comfortable on this Ziggs, pushing up the wave.
Ooh, could this be a potential gank coming through here? 4-man in the top lane. Coast coming, wasting no time at all. Miracle getting the hunted passive, but Crepo getting taken down solo. The really squishy. Oh, but that's going to be the answering kill. Sheep going down as well. Inox is Nidalee with the double kill. This is not what they want. Santorin's now tanking up, and he can't manage to land the Sonic Wave between the creeps. That was disastrous for Coast after what looked like going to be an easy support kill.
And they're going in on Inox now. He might actually secure another kill for himself.
Nice flash, and just breaks the tether of the turret, but Helios is here now, does have that W, doesn't care, and there's the Q, but nice E away from that one from Miracle. Helios now in a lot of trouble. Santorin so low, the last caster creep, the red buff, is it going to be up? No! Miracle, Helios, who's going to do it? Does get the stun, but the Q goes off. Santorin over the edge with that safeguard. Very, very hard, and that dive just not working out for Coast, although they did get a couple of kills.
Yeah, overall 3 for 2, so not complete disaster, but it went pretty badly. And it looks like they will just go back to what looks more like standard lanes. Corki and Lucian are in the bottom lane. It looks like Miracle will be teleporting top also. So back to standard lanes. Big wave there for Miracle to pick up, and he's still going aggressive. Sheep's there.
Yeah, Sheep's here. Does have that land available as well. Inox was locked down for so long. Does have that heal with the Primal Surge, and he's going aggressive here as well. Look at the creeps doing so much damage. He's trying to kite around, trying to get the creep damage there. He's hunted. Oh my goodness, so close from Inox. wanting the 1v2. Miracle coming out on top of that one. I think he may have bit off a little bit more than he could chew.
Yeah, but he had nowhere to go. As soon as he left that creep wave, he was open to a death sentence. So looking to make the most of the situation. A good answering kill on the side of Coast. Now 2 kills onto their Riven, matching that Nidalee. So he'll be fine in lane now.
Yep, definitely. Already has the soldier build with his sword and shield ready to go into battle. As you can see, that was enough to secure him that kill. And now shoving up this wave, Crepo is going to be here as it crashes into the turret. So not going to lose out on too much global experience, theoretically.
And Nidalee is already back up in this lane. Although in the bottom lane, we have another gank coming through. Santorin on Lee Sin is waiting in this brush, and there is a ward behind Ultek.
Yeah, Ultek pushing up very, very far, trying to be aggressive, but we know that there's a Lee Sin hit. There's the safeguard, but creeps enough to deter this. And I feel like if he had gone for the Sonic Wave first, there was no vision in that brush.
Yeah, Ultek had no idea he was there, although the creep wave was very big. And this early in the game, those cast minions do so much damage if you don't have the armor.
So Ultek still playing aggressively, now has a level advantage and a CS advantage. We've been seeing him farming so well throughout the day. And there are a lot of longswords being built by EG.
There are just swords everywhere.
So many swords. Everyone wants to fight each other.
And we do see that the game, for the first time, has finally calmed down.
Yep, finally. But, you know, we know that it's only a matter of time.
Dragon coming up on the side of Coast. Looks like it's completely unaware on the side of EG, so they'll pick that one up for free. Crepo still was in that top lane.
And Miracle's been all over this map so far. Following Santorin around, then hanging out in that top lane, and then back down here for the Dragon. So really making sure he has his map movements down. And Riven could potentially get going. 2-1-0. Not with quite as much CS, but he doesn't want to be in a lane with Nidalee.
Yeah, just recognizing that Nidalee had that lane frozen, so going elsewhere to make himself useful. That does put them in about 1,000 gold in the lead. However, they EG did see the Dragon go down, so they will have the timer. Wow, Ultek getting chunked out.
Yeah, actually happy to face tank that damage and just get a phosphorus bomb down.
Well, with the sustain from Crepo coming in there on Nami, happy to trade damage because unfortunately on the side of Coast, they don't have any sustain in their bottom lane.
Exactly right.
And Warren looking for another gank.
Yeah, hanging around here as well. Steals enough experience to get to level 5 at the same time. Always handy for that one to happen. Sheep. Oh, there's a Death Sentence onto Crepo as well. Does get the play back. There's a brilliant, Dark Passage, but a nice bubble. Not going to be enough. Crepo's going to go down. Decent attempt, though. Nice bubble. But Santorin getting the kill, and Sheep landing everything he needs to.
Well-executed gank there from Coast. Their jungler, Santorin, once again, 2-0-1, so great start to this game.
Yeah.
It looks like top lane is going in favor of EG at this point, but Nidalee's just that bully. She gets ahead of most champions at this point in the game, so it is important that they are starting to pick on the bottom lane, and they've picked up the first dragon, so the signs do look like they're in for a little bit of a better game this time around.
That's exactly right, and you have to attribute a lot of this CS advantage for Nidalee to the fact that Miracle sacrificed a fair bit in order to pick up that dragon for his team as well, and he got a lot of global gold from that one. So Cobelter now still in this mid lane with that blue buff stacking up, and he probably wants to be pushing out this wave, wouldn't he? So that he can't just sit amongst it and get harassed out.
Yeah, so he's looking to push out at this point and start roaming. He's got his level 6. The ultimate is available as well as blue buff. Look for him to pick up some boots too, potentially Moby boots as soon as that brutalizer comes through, and start looking to get his other lanes ahead and pick up some kills for himself.
Exactly right, and now look at this with the 2-0 advantage here in this best of 5. Evil Geniuses with a 92% vote for the win. 8% still holding out for that underdog victory for Team Coast. And I just want more League of Legends.
Yeah, I'm happy if this definitely goes to another game after this. I think that Coast has put themselves in a position to be successful. We do have both junglers in this top lane now. They're going aggressive. Yeah, the 2v2 matchup. Helios is here as well, but he's the squishy Kha'Zix. Look at so much damage.
Wow.
Kicked in the head as well. Inox now here by himself, and Miracle now with... He manages to get it, but Miracle with a double kill.
Inox answering one, but oh my goodness, this Riven.
So 1 kill apiece on the side of Coast. Of course, Inox able to pick it up for himself, but the red buff went to Miracle. That just means that it's going to be so much easier to catch this Nidalee with all the gap closers that come out. And once again, Helios in a 2v2 gets the gank turnaround on him just by the amount of burst that can come out of Santorin.
That's exactly right. That wind slash did so much damage. And then Miracle, even when he was back and having another giggle. So as we were talking about before, hasn't lost his sense of humor. Brilliant work. And Coast now with an advantage here in this bottom lane. We've been talking about it before. Mash and Sheep have been fantastic. Regardless of what EG do around this map, Mash and Sheep always strong.
And they're looking to push in on this lane,
Nice
maybe pick up some objectives, however. Yeah, great bubble coming out. And the wave clear from Corki. He's now picked up that Sheen, so his burst potential is high, but wow, we've seen exactly what Lucian can do. He's got that BF sword picked up as well, so he's sitting quite nicely.
He's piercing light, yeah, landing over a lot of the creeps and Altec as well. He's forced his play a little bit back, but this wave is potentially almost entirely hit that turret.
And Santorin not done with this top lane, looking for another gank in on Inox.
They are really trying to keep him down now. 3-3 with a gigantic CS advantage. Almost 27 at this stage. Does have a lot of those traps around to try and scout out, but Santorin being very patient here. Helios finds a pink ward. Going to be able to get rid of a lot of that vision. Coast now with almost a 1.5 thousand gold lead.
So they're actually pinging out Santorin. They think he is in the top lane. The wave is pushing in Miracle's favor, so that will be quite close to his turret. Inox is going to check. Oh, nice trap, although I think he was out of... He's gone.
Yep, he's gone.
He
Needed
just
to
walked
dodge
out.
the spear. And didn't want to just take the chance that he was spotted there. Ooh, nice cut through it into Rake, onto Ringer there by Pobelter. Dodges away from the bouncing bomb as well, but these creeps, he's very scared of them. Got to get the heck out of the way. And what do you think that Pobelter's build's going to be? Because that pickaxe could be going for sort of the standard of what Talons used to do, which is Brutalizer into Last Whisper, or that could be going into the Tiamat and the Hydra for a lot of extra sort of wave clear and burst.
I like the burst potential of the Last Whisper. It suits the way that Pobelter likes to pick people off. As we see the sweeper just missing that ward, so they're backing off, although the hook's coming through.
Ooh,
just missing.
Nice dodge. I'm not even sure whether Sheep was in range then, but they dodged it pretty nicely. Oh, Sonic Wave is going to find Pobelter.
That was nearly a mirror image of game one. The four-man gank coming down.
Yeah.
Teleport's available. They don't go for it this time around, and the collapse was much better on the side of Coast.
Yep,
So looking like they've learned from their mistakes. Miracle trying to go aggressive, but this Nidalee is just so annoying in lane.
And look at how comfortable Inox is as well. He knows exactly his limits. Happy to try and go for the fights regardless of what could happen because he knows he can't escape. Just really, really seasoned Nidalee player. Does have that phage built up, so going for that Trinity Force first. And then you could imagine that he'll either go for the Blade of the Ruined King, maybe the Bloodthirst that a lot of people have been building, or potentially tanky as well. Spirit Visage has been another one. Oh, Cutthroat coming in and around. There's all of the burst potential. The flash coming down as well. He thinks that the Noxian Diplomacy is going to finish it off, and it does take it with that Ignite. But Coast trying to answer to this one. Pobelter has made it back to his turret. Has to dodge the death sentence. Well predicted by Sheep. And Santorin gets the Q. Nice teleport coming in from Inox, but straight into the boot of Santorin. He says, nope, kitty, stay back. But EG, now with control of this mid lane, might be able to answer.
Yeah, but however, Miracle still in that top lane, has his teleport available. He's going to be able to shove another turret into that. So potentially able to trade objectives. This middle lane is going down though.
Yeah, getting taken down very, very low. That one's going to fall. So that's mid lane out of turret. First turret of the game for EG. Miracle trying to answer here in the top lane. Of course, teleport was just used by Inox, so he's not going to be able to get up there. Time culling going to be coming out from Mash. Look at Altec just melting to that one.
Yeah, using the culling to ensure that they have dragon pressure right now. Chunking him to half health. Helios is caught in the dragon pit. He's going to have to jump out. And now with teleport advantage on Miracle, that means at any time they want, with Altec on half health, going to be able to bring him in for what should be a free dragon.
Yeah, of course, with Inox with no way of getting Miracle out of that teleport at the same time as well, so... Oh, Death Sentence lands onto Helios. There's the teleport started by Miracle. Helios manages to get out with the leap, but that's going to put the jungler on such low health, and this dragon immediately started up. They have the vision, has been swept, and they're going to back off. They are respecting this so much. In a turret now being pressured here by Pobelter. They do go back onto the dragon, so that one's going to be finished. Mobility boots completed for Pobelter, so he doesn't want to get flanked like that again. Wants to have the speed in order to get out of that one.
And it looks like, once again, objectives will be traded. EG able to pick up a top lane turret.
Yep.
So not the worst trade, especially when you got chunked out like that. You did have the summoner spell disadvantage. And wow, Mash kept getting a lot of damage.
Yeah.
That burst potential coming out of Corki with that Sheen is just so high in the mid game.
Yeah, we've seen this happen time and time again. Doesn't even have Phage or the Zeal components of his Trinity Force. Just that Sheen. It's enough to convince Mash that he can't do as much burst as him. So nicely played. Nicely played. Pobelter now going to be picking up this blue buff. Of course, Talon very mana hungry. Gets mana gated quite effectively.
And cooldown dependent as well.
Yes.
You want to be able to jump in, get a combo off, pop your ultimate, kind of run around, use your stealth for as long as possible, and then go into another combo afterwards. So getting max CDR is so important, and it's just the easiest way to get it in your build.
Exactly right. Is going to be taking down the rates as well, keeping that farm going. 124 to 118 as Talon versus Ziggs. That's ridiculous. Ziggs, such a lane bully, able to utilize his range, but Pobelter managing to stay up there. Now can use that rake to instantly clear the caster minions.
Yeah,
so
we did see we saw the wave turn around as soon as Pobelter had kill potential.
Yep.
As soon as he has kill potential, he doesn't even have to prioritize farm. He can just float in range of his combo, and at that point, Ziggs has to farm from a distance. And that's why he's not getting denied CS anymore. In fact, he has the CS advantage just because of how the lane went. We have seen that in the top lane, Miracle's gone for a very aggressive build picking up that Tiamat, not electing for a Bloodthirster, which does give you a shield, and in a 1v1 could be more beneficial. Looking for the attack animation cancellation that is so useful on a Riven.
That is very, very true. And it also gives a lot more wave clear as well. Meaning that you can just split push all day and always get to a turret in time. Altec hanging around in this top lane. Has to be a bit careful, of course. Doesn't have a turret to fall back to. It's very close. Helios now forced to leap out of the way of Santorin.
Yeah, trying to solo clear wards around Baron, which can be at times dangerous. However, does get himself out of there. And now Santorin doing the exact same thing. Although, wow, he's 4-1 and 2. Helios needs to be careful.
Yeah, we do have the Resonating Strike coming through. There's the kick into another Resonating Strike. Santorin immediately flashes back out of the tidal wave. He's not going to get locked up, and that's the 1v1 on Helios. Santorin played that utterly perfect.
Yeah, just not respecting the damage that can come out of Lee Sin. He's 5-1 and 2 at this point.
Yeah.
And they look for the collapse with Corki as Inox picks up another turret. However, just able to burst him down so quickly, land all of his skill shots, and you're not going to catch it.
Yeah, you're not going to catch that. Does, of course, have the Trinity Force finished up with the Phage passive and, of course, the extra % movement speed. That Nidalee can get away from anything. And now, finally, things calming down just a little bit, but as we can see, only a 400 gold deficit for Evil Geniuses. They have clawed that one back through with so many turrets. Inox now respecting this pickup.
Wow.
Oh, the pounce right in as well. Miracle trying to turn that around. Windslash coming through for no damage as the Primal Surge coming through at the same time does heal him back up.
And the collapse is coming through. Talon might have the flank here.
Yeah, because that inner turret's down. Miracle has to go so far, but this is Riven. Of course, there's the Cutthroat immediately taken down. Rake wasn't even necessary. Shadow Assault does a lot of damage at that stage. Now level 12.
However, while this is all going on, Santorin looking for the Insect. However, able to Valkyrie out of that. Now the pressure in the bottom lane, this needs to be responded to. This will be a turret.
They're going to be able to get an inhibitor turret from this. Oh, nice Mega Inferno Bomb is going to clear out that wave. Bringer being able to get that one through. We, of course, all know how incredibly good Ziggs is at clearing out these waves.
So having to burn the ultimate, that just means that their scene for the next 90 seconds will be more potent, although it looks like it has calmed down, and it will be up for the dragon fight. So great work there from Ringer. It's just Talon and Nidalee take neutral structures as well as, quite frankly, creeps incredibly quickly. With the amount of pure AD you build on Talon, because you don't need to prioritize attack speed whatsoever, he just absolutely destroys them. And it looks like we have a two-man sneak Baron going on here from Coast.
Very sneaky work. Santorin not that tanky at this stage, only has a Chain Vest in order to get that health up, but now that Miracle's here, they've got a lot of extra damage.
Crapo's going to ward, they've been spotted out.
Or haven't been spotted out just yet. If he tries to kill that pink ward, Oh my goodness, down to a quarter health. And Coast with the sneakiest play ever. Sheep's here as well, that's 4 members. Coast managed to sneak the Baron. This could get them straight back into this. Now, of course, 700 gold up. Nicely played. They just knew that they had the vision.
Beautiful play because they were all off the map. Crepo was scared of sweeping that ward, so he completely backed off. And just no one from his team came to give him a hand. That's a Baron at 20 minutes into the game. That's completely turned the game on their head. Maybe now they can rally, get some team fights, and start trying to push some of their own objectives.
That's exactly right, of course. Coast going to go back to buy now that they've got that extra gold in their back pockets. But EG playing a very different game. They've played different strategies every time they played. Now very split push focused, trying to get picks as they manage to get around as these creeps manage to hit the towers. But now they're going to see the fact that there's a Baron on the enemy team, and it's going to be more difficult for Inox because I think that Miracle could probably solo him out.
Yeah, potentially. As we see Santorin nearly getting caught. EG looking, wow, he's gone in.
There's the tidal wave. Sheep's the focus. He's going to fall down instantly. Pobelter knowing exactly what to do, but slowed down so much by the box. He's going to die. Does get the exhaust out, but not in time. Trading 1 for 1, but that is support for mid laner.
And on the backside of the fight, we see that Inox has been chased away, so this will be a dragon in favor of Coast. Good initial start to the fight, but expending so much, and Miracle able to come in and clean up. There is so much damage on this Riven, and Talon's a very squishy champion, just getting absolutely blown up.
He took an entire culling as well, just because the box slows you down so much. It's very easy for Mash just to smash him with that one.
And we look at Coast trying to now siege this mid turret. Of course, Ziggs, great at counter siege, but with that short fuse passive, also great at sieging. Wow, and the kick.
Yep, Crepo getting Insect back into Mash. Nice delivery system. Ringen going to be able to pick up that kill. Altec now trying to sort of answer for it, but 1v4, buddy. Really going to have too much of a hope. But once Helios jumping in, they think that because Ring is on low health, they can do something here, but so much disengage from Coast.
Yeah, but they only picked up a kill. They weren't able to get the objective. So if they're not able to use this Baron to grab objectives and get a substantial lead, they still might be prey to that late game slump that we've been seeing come out of Coast for this whole series. So they really need to try and turn this Baron into some turret objectives specifically.
Yep, and they now do have the 1-3-1 split push situation going on. Of course, EG not wanting to fight this one straight up with the Baron buff on the opponent. More than happy just to clear out these waves over and over again. You can see Pobelter just, that rake does so much work in that department.
Yeah, and they're two completely different kinds of split pushes. Inox in the top lane can just escape from anyone, can fight, although he's gone a little bit tanky. Pobelter, on the other hand, if someone comes in his lane, he's just looking to blow them up completely.
Yeah. He'll just kill him. Of course, now that he has that Ghost Blade and the last Whisper completed, there is so much armor penetration. It's just ridiculous. And of course, now that he has the active on the Ghost Blade as well, very, very scary. They do manage to take the turret. Nice insect play again from Santorin. Going to be able to kick Crepo in, but it's not going to be enough. He can't secure the kill. Inox almost goes down, and with the fadeaway spear, Sheep falls down. Mash now trying to get the answer onto Helios. The safeguard back out of that one by Santorin. And Pobelter's here now as well. Immediately forces the flash.
Fast.
Ring is dead. Does use the Shadow Assault on that one. May not have necessarily needed it, but EG turned that fight on its head. I have no idea how Crepo survived that.
Yeah, a great bubble from Crepo at his feet to make sure that he caught Santorin as he came in. He did get Insect into the team, but able to survive, and the fight turned completely around. Miracle's being caught.
Right on the edge of the Aqua Prison. Miracle's going to go down instantly. And they can just follow up these picks so quickly as they're getting through here. This might be an inhibitor turret. Altec gets caught up. That's the AD carry. That may not be what they want. Valkyrie's going to get used, but Sonic Wave going to come down. Yeah. Then Torin not going to put on the insect show again.
Play just missing, and Baron buff has now expired, and the gold lead is back in favor of the Evil Geniuses. Granted, only 500 gold, but to lose a gold advantage whilst you have Baron, the game is just being dictated pace-wise by EG.
And it has been this entire series as well. Coast sort of need to start making these plays around the map, and I guess they did try and make that one happen by getting Crepo out of it, but it just didn't work. EG sort of saw what was going on.
Yeah, as we see the replay, we see the Santorin goes for it. Oh, it was a tidal wave, sorry, it wasn't a bubble. and he gets kicked back into the team, but they don't really want to prioritize his target. Able to flash out, and then from there, Inox is just in amongst it. He hits a great spear here as a fadeaway to pick up Sheep as the first kill.
Yep.
And then from there, look at how quickly Pobelter is running into the team. The continual slows coming out of Helios, just making sure they can't run away. He looks to go for Mash and then just recognizes that Ringer is completely split off.
Yep. And that was so quick as well.
Style points on the ultimate, runs away invisible.
Yep, no worries.
4-2 and 1 now on the mid laner. Santorin's shining star once again for his team. 5-1 and 3 on Lee Sin. This guy's played a great series in a losing team.
He certainly has. And playing from behind is something that's a lot more difficult as well in a lot of these cases, just because you have to try and keep your morale up, and it can often affect your play. But Santorin standing solid throughout it. Does have the Randuin, so going for the tanky Lee Sin was what we've normally been seeing. Miracle now trying to split push this bottom wave. They've caught up a little bit, 400 gold now.
And they will be able to pick up a turret, so they will take the lead. However, EG, look at the Baron area. They have complete control with only 50 seconds till this objective. Sheep needs to get in there, start clearing out some wards and get some of his own. However, his team's just not with him. This is so scary because with a Talon, although he's gone back bottom lane to split push, he wants nothing to do with the team.
You can imagine that as soon as Pobelter shows in the bottom lane though, it's going to mean that Coast are going to move as 5 towards this Baron. It's only 30 seconds.
But Pobelter runs so quick. We saw him cover the map last time round, and he is starting to come up right now. So EG just looking to clear out wards. 2 really nice wards, scouting out the red buff. They'll be able to pick that up as well. And Miracle's in the bottom lane, so now it looks like they can just turn onto Baron straight away, and they do so much damage.
Very, very true. 10 seconds now to go. Spear going to come through from Minox just to scout out that Wraith brush. Coast. They just feel like they're behind when this game is so even at the moment. It just looks like Coast feel the pressure from EG despite there being no real deficit.
And it's because where the gold sits. As I said, so much of the gold on the side of Coast sits on their jungler. He's about 8,500 gold right now, and he's gone 5-1 and 3. However, the gold is on Alltech. He's got only a 300 gold lead, actually. Actually, it's relatively even across the whole board. Only Inox really has a gold lead over the lane. So, yeah, it's completely even. They're just playing a little bit more
scared.
However, nice decisive move towards Baron, looking to pick that up whilst EG is taking Dragon.
Yep, they do manage to pick that one up, but Coast, again, not making the decisive move to start the Baron as the trade, and Inox has found his way over here as well. Manages to get trapped down as well.
Scrying Ord came through as well as some wards, so now there's a 5-man of EG, and Coast might be out of position here.
EG trying to make the play, and they've decided to go straight up the mid. Miracle is there. Helios trying to stop the backs at the same time.
He can just dive in here. Even if he dies, they will get a free inhibitor for this for sure.
They're going to take it anyway. The inhibitor's going to go down after this. EG with just an incredible out-rotation, and Helios just making sure that Coast could not back off that one.
And the collapse still has time. Wow.
Pobelter from the backside. Mash is going to go down. Pobelter flashes out of the way. Sheep uncharacteristically missing that death sentence. Inox now going to flash. There's the Mega Inferno Bomb. Only lands on Inox. Miracle now gets exhausted. He could go down as well. This is a whitewash for EG. Exactly the turnaround they wanted.
Yeah, 2 for 1. Helios coming up massive, but Pobelter diving into 2 people, able to pick up a kill, and only in the end got picked up by Santorin. So 6-1 and 3 now in the jungler for Coast, but this could mean a Baron.
And I say turnaround because they turned around from killing their enemy inhibitor. So not necessarily a turnaround because of... Yep. Santorin now may have been caught out, but going to safeguard away to a ward as Helios leaps on top of him. And actually, Coast, they definitely fear the Ziggs.
Yeah, respecting the damage that can come out of Ziggs around that Baron pit, of course. Nearly a perfect circle for all of that damage to be thrown into as we jump into the replay. So Pobelter goes absolutely man mode here. Hadn't seen Sheep, I don't think so. Maybe dove in not expecting it. Flashes out. However, Santorin able to pick up a perfect kill on him. This is where we see that Inox goes a little bit deep. Miracle gets exhausted, unfortunately, as Riven. They just cut so much of your damage away. Able to be picked up by Helios, who once again is running a very damage-heavy build, although has gone into a Chain Vest now, so maybe looking for that Randuin.
See if he manages to pick that one up. Hasn't decided to finish off the Black Cleaver or anything like that this game. but doesn't have as much money to throw around either. 3,000. Oh, just completed it. Wow, that's embarrassing. BF Sword now being picked up by Inox, though. He's going to be going for that Bloodthirster potentially, so they can have that shield in the lane. This infinite sustain as well, and you'll never be able to move this Riven out of their Pobelter now. Sort of looking for Miracle. Probably doesn't want to face check him, though. He's going to wander up the river as well. Oh, my goodness.
And that will be a very close 1v1, I think, at this point of the game. If Pobelter gets his silence off as well as his ultimate, could quite possibly come out on top.
Oh, my goodness. He's going Infinity Edge after his first 2 items.
Hopefully it's Infinity Edge into Sword of Divine, looking for the really explosive build.
Yep.
And we see
just finished it.
Bloodthirster will be coming out also on the side of Inox, so they've got 2 very potent split pushes.
They certainly do, and I would not want to come up against Pobelter ever. With that Ghost Blade giving you crit as well, and that scaling so well. Oh, there's the pounce coming in onto Mash, forced to use that flash and the Relentless Pursuit. Inox wanting to tank the culling instead of let it hit his minions.
Yeah, just so they can secure another objective. This could be a push even possibly onto the top lane, although Ziggs, once again, that frustrating, stalling character, throwing all the mines into that lane, will be able to clear it out, but they're looking for another pick around Baron because of vision denial.
Oh, Sheep turning around at exactly the right time. This is EG making sure that they don't go into the siege situation against this Ziggs. As you mentioned, easily able to clear out all of these waves, but EG have made their way into the base. They've taken out that first inhibitor.
Yeah, but only one inhibitor isn't enough. In response, Coast just pick it up and push down the wave. And the beautiful thing about Ziggs is not only is he great at protecting the wave that he's in, with his ultimate, he can also do it. They're about to face check what could be a full EG team.
Yeah, everything coming out. Miracle used to be there. Nice 4-man Mega in front of him. Inox getting caught up. That Mikhail's Crucible fantastically timed. And ooh, look at the Satchel Charge. Helios might be in a little bit of trouble here, but of course EG know that they have the man advantage now. Sheep getting taken down so low. EG also very low, and look at how many wards they have. They're just going to force their way up the mid lane. The pings are coming out. A little bit indecisive. We'll see what they decide to do with this one, because everyone in very awkward positions. The next pick comes through. Wow. Mash gets caught out. Amazing bubble, but Pobelter was already there. Mash wasn't going anywhere. Now Helios coming right through, gets kicked away, and then asked to come back in at the same time. Centaurus now caught up by Altec. Double kill for Altec now.
And this could be the ace. Ringer.
Yep.
I think they know you're there, buddy.
Crepo does fall down. I think got killed by Baron. Unfortunately, nice teleport going to come in from Miracle, who's managed to find his way back into this game. Oh, there's the Hunted. Not going to be there. And there's the Wind Slash actually coming through. Pobelter's come around as well. He was stealthed up. EG playing that out so beautifully. That's the ace. That's going to mean another inhibitor, surely.
Just waiting for their cooldowns to come off. That will be the inhibitor, although they are low in health. And the bottom lane on the side of Coast is back alive, so maybe needing to recall after this.
Yep, now with the first real lead of this game, though. 7,500 gold. EG looking in control once again, and that was such a level-headed fight as well. They sort of took stock of the situation and then found the next pick onto Mash.
Just knowing that Coast were on the wrong side of the map.
Yeah.
Able to get around flank it was so key to that, and understanding that their team comp is just around cooldown.
Oh no! We didn't need to show that, guys. Just Crepo taking a 1v1 with Baron and falling down.
As we see, the teleport did come in, so when we see this, perfectly waiting for Pobelter to come in, not going too aggressive, burning some of the important cooldowns out of Miracle as well, and that ultimate just does so much damage.
That was a perfect 1-2 punch from Pobelter as well. He does most of the damage on the Miracle and then just the pounce in for the finish off, and he can focus his damage elsewhere. It was just really beautifully played.
And now you got to think Crepo and his team will be looking for revenge on that Baron Nashor. Not very nice to take someone out of a fight, though. Sheep's been caught. He's been caught up.
That was a nice Aqua Prison. If Sheep had have tried to run, he has managed to cage the Kazakhs, but he can leap out of that one. A little bit unfortunate, of course. So hard to get the wards down once you're this compressed into your base. And the Baron going to easily go toward... Ooh, Mega Inferno Bomb. Just going to be waited out. Of course, EG going to just tank that one up together. Centaurus not quite here in time. Helios now hitting level 16. Now has the triple evolves coming through, both Q, W, and E.
And it's good to see on the players camp, Santorin still talking to his team, trying to get them involved. He's still smiling.
Grinning, yeah.
Yeah, so having a good time playing in this, and quite frankly, he's played amazingly across this series.
Brilliant.
Very, very well. 5-0 and 6 on the side of Alltech. Himself and Krepo really carries the games for his team. Scotty.
Lots of damage from those bomb shots. The rockets coming through from Alltech. Nice Sonic Wave going to land on Krepo. Actually, Santorin's going to go in. He really wants the insect play, but he's going to fall down for this one. Oh my goodness, the Dark Passage. Fantastically done. Sheep is actually going to respect the Noxian Diplomacy and actually add that face of the Mountain Shield, but in the meantime, EG just take an inhibitor in the bottom lane. The split push is definitely on for these guys. Bloodthirster finished off for Inox alongside that Frozen Heart.
And that's 2 inhibitors. EG now looking to close out that game. The silence that came out of Talon then actually stopped the insect play. That's what made it not be able to come off. So they'll pick up the 3rd inhibitor turret, look to go all 3 inhibitors. They're playing this one very textbook, respecting the team on the side of Coast. Super minions, however, have started to flood into this base. This could be the 3-0.
Yep, 11,000 gold, now the lead. These Nexus turrets under fire. EG looking to go the 3-0. Pobelter doesn't want to, though. He's going to kill match instantly. Alltech now dominating as well, taking down the mid laner. That's a lot of the damage finished off. Both of the Nexus turrets falling down. EG with such a commanding victory as Sheep and Miracle just want to exit this base.
They're looking to make a break for it. However, too little too late. The Nexus explodes. GG to EG. 3-0.
EG. Brilliant.
Back in the LCS.
Of course, congratulations to these guys. Santorin's still grinning. Still grinning. He played fantastically this series. And Coast looking to try again next.
Yeah, EG just so commanding in their 3 victories. Controlled across the whole map, you have to say. Inox getting a lot of pressure on himself.
Oh, yeah.
As you hear the crowd paying their respect to the LCS lineup.
Just really, really controlled victory from EG, and Inox on that Nidalee. That was such a pleasure to watch. I'm so glad that they came through towards the end of this series because...
But what a fun game 3.
Exactly.
Action-packed, lots of kills.
Infinity Edge Talon. Oh, that's the best. Did he get his Sword of the Divine by the end? No, he didn't. Just had another BF sword, unfortunately. But look at him grinning. Oh, fantastically well played by EG and a well-deserved rebirth into the LCS.
Yeah, and these guys, you got to say, they do not look like a 7th place team coming into this. They look fantastic across the whole map. Their bottom lane is so solid. Krepo and Alltech. Mid lane was dominating. Helios in the jungle, and of course, Inox in that top lane. They all played brilliantly.
Yeah, and it seems to me like EG have just come together for this, and it's just beautiful, beautiful to watch.
It certainly was. And as we said, big props to the Coast lineup. They have another chance, don't forget, going into that expansion tournament that will be hosted. They'll have a strong showing. They've been strong all season long in the Challenger Series. Ringer and Miracle.
Yeah, they were impressive, and they got better and better as the series went on. So you could imagine if that is to continue over the weeks, then they could be incredible in like a week's time.
Yeah, exactly right. They look like they